Aye.
Talk to Mike and my brother-in-law.
We're like on a roll this evening.
Yeah.
All right, so it is 6:01. We will start the meeting. We'll have roll call, starting with Bill, please.
Bill Lewinsky.
Carl Cecil.
Don Edeletta, Wendy Costa,
Kate McDonald, Amy Monahan.
John Guskowski.
Yay, no one else is on Zoom, right? Just you?
I don't see anyone else.
All right, Stacy Bennett's out in the guest seats if you have a question for the public.
All right.
somebody, oh, yeah.
Oh, Jean's here, yay. All right. Hopefully everybody reviewed the minutes. I will take a
I'll make a
motion.
motion.
Which ones?
April 2nd.
March.
We haven't approved March.
No.
Oh,
I think they weren't available.
Okay,
Oh,
did anyone
that's right.
review March? Because I did submit both of them.
I feel like I read both of them.
Did it come out in email? I think the answer is it didn't.
I don't think
I wasn't so studious to go look for them.
I'll make a motion for both. I'm sure Amy for. Second one for one.
all
I
right.
didn't review them. I'm gonna abstain.
Yeah. So. And March. And who seconded them? That was
Wendy seconded both.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And Carl abstaining? Perfect.
It's not that I disagree. I
Nope.
just
It's
haven't read it, so
absolutely fine. All right,
I should have corrected it before. I did have a correction on April
okay,
2nd. Looks like the name of the Roseland Park Golf Course is now called the Roseland Park Golf Course, according to the sign that they just put up.
Oh, yeah.
oh, so it's not Woodstock Golf
Yeah.
Course anymore?
No, it says, you're right, the sign that
What's that?
up
Roseland Park Golf Course.
says Roseland Park Golf Course.
So if you want to correct that, we didn't need to. I think I said that to John, so.
You
All right.
did, yeah, and I noted that. I noted that, and I looked at my draft, and I was trying to think if I actually needed to change anything on that basis, and I don't necessarily think so. Golf courses.
What's
Oh
that?
yeah, no, associated with the
Oh,
Roseland
like
Park
we had it parentheses.
is the Woodstock Golf Course. Okay, yeah, that should be. Well, so what do they call it? Woodstock Roseland Park is.
It's the Roseland Park Golf Course, I think, right?
All right.
That's what the sign is.
All right.
I might just say associated with Roseland Park is a golf course, and
Well, it changes, depends on who's running it, who's managing
Yeah.
it, so.
Right,
but presumably it'll be a golf course for the projectable future. So
Owned by Roseland
Almost
Park.
was it? They almost closed it. They thought about it.
all right, I'm gonna actually put that under final comments in our discussion, because that's a new information.
Yes.
Versus changing the minutes that
Okay.
are taking place, okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure about it.
Correct.
Good catch, Bill. No, well, I was gonna say, when you said something, I was like, oh yeah, they did put up a new sign, and it does say the Roseland Park
Go
Golf
by
Course.
it at least once a day, if not twice a day, or
Oh,
more.
I drive by, yes.
We stopped seeing after the.
We were just discussing signs in the Board of Selectmen meeting about how they're overused. And there's 52 signs between South Campus
And then elementary school.
Say that again?
52 signs between South
South
Campus
Campus
and the elementary school.
That seems excessive.
Excessive.
I can't even think of
52.
52 songs.
But think about like, there's crosswalks, there's the directionals, there's the, you know what I mean? But there's 52 between.
What is that, one every 2 feet?
I don't know. Anyway.
I mean, that's not.
All right, so we're past minutes. We are going into the final draft review and discussion. We're going to start with safeguards, which have been discussed and tabled and discussed and tabled. And we're going to start with that. Does anyone want to lead off? Carl, do you want to lead off or?
Sure, yeah. So Carl, can you clarify what the current state of your proposed edit is?
Well, the one that I'm gonna go to the farm on is the one I sent out most recently, though I would still say the others are valuable and those that we could implement, great. But I am, in terms of equitable and just, that's verbiage that we don't really need in this document.
Equitable and just is in this state document, correct?
It
We're basically just quoting the state
I-
document, right?
I got it. However, we're not required to put it in there. And the problem, because it's too political. It is very political when you start using equity and fairness and those types of words. The problem when you look at the state document, it says we're going to ensure. When you go to the Webster Dictionary, that says guarantee. Oh, what's that mean? We're gonna guarantee housing? And, John made the comment some time ago, whenever we had some discussion, that it was aspirational. Well, then let's put aspirational words versus guarantee.
So the way I see this is we are guaranteeing the opportunity because no matter what we write as a regulation or, you know what I mean? It says you can or you cannot. It doesn't say that anyone will, we cannot predict
Yeah,
how
I would
much we
still
will.
just like to take it out because it's political language of today.
I don't,
So where do we say ensure? That's in our,
No, you
Uh,
don't. That's in the state document.
oh,
But you did, he used ensure on page 51.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I recognize, I said, that I did
Yeah,
find one
thanks.
place where you used the word ensure, but I
Yeah.
recognize that it came from the state, so.
Yeah.
I'm not,
And
So-
the problem with insure, it means guarantee. Look it up in the
But if-
dictionary.
if the
Well-
only reference in our document is to a quote out of the state document, then we're not ensuring. Right.
Well, no, if he.
there's
wrote
two
insure on page
there's two separate
51,
things here. So I'm gonna zoom in.
Yeah.
I've done a word search. So let's start with equitable and just, if we can.
Yeah.
First. So I just did a word search for equitable. There are two results and they're both relative to the state plan, right? So the vision of, so are you suggesting, Carl, are you suggesting we should not quote the state plan right here?
Well, I think the objection is not that you quoted it, but that you're saying that the vision of this plan, which is our plan, aligns with.
Right, so this goal, so we say a key element of the Woodstock plan is to expand and improve Woodstock's housing stock in order to provide opportunities to residents of all ages and incomes. And I'm gonna stop right there and give Carl, do you object to that statement? That a key element is to expand and improve Woodstock's housing stock in order to improve or to provide opportunities to residents of all ages and incomes. Do you object to that for being poorly worded
I
or
don't
political?
That, no.
Okay, so do you then disagree that that statement is consistent with the state's principle of being equitable and just? And you can think about it, but I'm
Why do we
starting
need
with
to have
equitable and
that
just.
in there? Why do
Because-
we need to?
Because we are required to,
But we
indicate
don't
how
have
our
to be
plan.
word for word.
No,
We don't have to be word for word.
no, and this is the only place I use the word equitable or just in the entire document. Referencing specifically the
Well,
state plan.
Apparently, the document I got a few days ago, whenever you sent it out, had equitable 4 times, of which I cite in this document.
Okay,
So maybe
let's-
you cleaned it up since then, or
I did
maybe
not.
an old version. I don't know.
Unless
So
I
the
misspelled
sheet
it.
that I have that you sent,
equitable is in there twice.
Yeah, well, apparently I pulled out a bad copy.
So, I mean, maybe the word equity, I can look at equity. That's a similar word. And just to see if,
Yeah.
no, I don't use the word equity. Wow, that's unlike me. Okay, all right, well, so first things,
But you also, just to make the point about that, when you say it in the first, part there, the state plan, which are sustainable, equitable, and just, you have that in capitals. But for the next paragraph, you have it
Right.
in lowercase.
right, so in this place, I'm basically quoting.
Right.
And then I'm
Mhm.
using the document basically saying that we hit that state criteria by promoting housing opportunity.
Goal is consistent. I'm just concerned that a future planner will take this language and say, oh, we're gonna guarantee, because that's what,
Okay,
that's what
So
it
let's-
sure says.
Future
Let's-
planners
let's-
has to get the votes from planning and zoning and the governing body, so like.
so I used the word ensure 35 times in the document.
By the way, it's a strong word if you look it up. So, you know, hopefully
Well,
we
it's-
are ensuring that we're
yeah.
using the right word, hopefully. Because words do have meaning. And
Sure.
people will die on a hill to go.
So
"Oh,
what
but
would be if you wanted to, and I mean, you say, like, when you say it means guarantee, you're using the fourth term that's being used in the definition to make sure, certain, or safe, and then semicolon, guarantee.
Yeah. Well, wordsmith will use whatever one they want to.
Yeah,
So-
so what word would you replace that with? And because we use ensure 35 times.
But I think even like. This is not a legal document, it's just a plan.
A
And
suggestion.
Nothing.
It's not even a plan,
Like,
it's
we're not required to do anything in this document. I mean, we
Well-
could put in this document that we wanted to build a 50-foot purple gorilla in front of town hall.
Way
Doesn't
ahead of
mean-
you.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome?
I don't know,
It's-
purple's a very political color.
So I guess, you know, you know, whether or not I tend to agree with the you know, with Amy and Kate saying this is not, you know, this is not a contract with the town, that if we at the end of 10 years do not, as you say, guarantee proper housing opportunities for everyone, someone can sue us and say you didn't insure. It is not a contract document like that. And I want to be sensitive to your concern. Is there an alternative word? And we may, and Carl, you and I may have to go through the 35 instances of the word insure. Like, I'll go to one right here. So
Wait a minute,
here's-
let's just, okay, I was gonna say, let's just go back to one where it specifically talks about housing.
okay,
Okay.
so I'm like, here's an example. Just as I'll go to that in a second, but I just pick one at random. So recommendation: to avoid having to operate in a deficit, costs should be reviewed annually or biannually to ensure costs can be increased as needed.
Okay, they can be guaranteed, you know, yeah, sure.
So your question
That's
is
good, that's good use of it. My concern is when we use words like
relative about housing.
equity and just, I mean, those are political words, and I think everybody here can recognize that.
I did not see it as a political
Yeah.
word at all.
I mean, we've been using DEI for the past 7 or 8 years.
We don't all think those are dirty words, though.
Yeah.
And I
know.
would also note, I imagine that I don't use DEI in here.
No, you don't, but equitable is the E.
Yeah, but equitable is only used twice at the beginning in reference to the state goals.
And I pulled up equitable, having or exhibiting equity, dealing fairly and equally with all concerned. So-
And yet equitable does not mean equally.
Right. It is one of those words, but
It's a word of the political left.
I think that.
Who is in favor of treating people fairly? I would agree with that.
Um, we could debate on that.
One would argue that it might be requiring fair outcomes for all, regardless of what it does to other people. Not necessarily treating them fairly.
How about
But I
this?
don't think that's how it's used in
I
these two
would
contexts.
agree,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying, that's why it's a politically charged word.
How
Yes.
about this? Cause we can go back and forth. We all have our
Carry it Too
opinions.
far.
Let's vote.
Well, yeah, what I would like to do, and I mean, we can do this. Obviously you guys do vote, but one thing we can do, Carl, is I can quickly go through maybe after this discussion, all instances of the word ensure.
I don't wanna go through all the instances of insure.
No,
Oh,
he
I-
said he will after to make sure that
Yeah,
they're
but
strong.
I'm more
Okay.
concerned just about those particular words. And I know it came out of the state. I got it.
Right.
I understand that we're trying to mimic, but we don't have to copy it verbatim. And we can, we can say we're trying to, meet the goals as opposed to using equitable and fair. I say take that part out and just say we're trying to meet the goals, period.
Sorry, so, but you're saying that you are opposed to ensuring equity and being
Which we
equitable and just?
I'm, the
He
words
does not want the
themselves
word
are
equitable.
charged. They're gonna cost somebody's no, just kidding, okay,
Well,
I'm just.
you could add, like I've suggested before, definitions of what those words mean to us.
I just say, well, why do we need it in there? We can put words,
Because there
Well-
has been such an issue of redlining in the past where people were not being allowed into
in
town
Woodstock.
Everywhere.
everywhere.
All right,
Well, let's look at Woodstock versus everywhere. I
Let's
mean,
look-
I'm
let's
more
look at-
concerned about
let's look at the
Woodstock.
facts, right? So we're 15 minutes into 2 words, and I'm not saying that it's not important.
Yeah,
Those 2 words only exist in the introduction to make the point that we are coinciding with the state plan,
With the intent of the state.
the intent of the state plan.
Cause ensure could be intended a lot of places.
It could. John is willing to go back and look at ensure because we all agree that is a strong word. I still say that we could do this forever and not agree, so I recommend a vote. Does anyone agree to poll the group and just go with the vote?
yeah, a vote's fine. The only thing I would say is we could easily tone it down. I mean, you could replace, go back to where it says at the very beginning, I'll tell you what, this is not a very good, display. It's hard to read. Okay, and can you highlight where it,
Oh, sorry. What are you looking for, Carl?
highlight where you're using the word? I see equitable and just, okay, vibrant. Okay.
So this is
agreed.
again, this is the section of consistency with the state plan. And so the
Yeah.
first use of it, I am literally quoting the key principles of the state plan: sustainable, equitable, just, vibrant, and resilient. That's capital letter, that's the state plan.
Why
It's-
don't you just say the goal is consistent with the state's plan?
But
Well,
the
there-
state's is. it does
Equitable
include
and just.
Equitable and just,
Which is charged,
but
Yeah.
we can't align with the state plan and just not including those words. Like, the 4 guiding principles of the state
Right.
plan are sustainable, equitable and just, vibrant and resilient. Like,
and
that-
again,
But can I just, this is how I would view this. I don't have a problem with the use in the first, because all we're saying is there's 4 guiding principles
Right.
in the state plan, and our vision is in support of that. This is where I do have a problem. So we're saying, okay, a key element of the Woodstock plan is to expand and improve Woodstock's housing stock in order to provide opportunities to residents of all ages and incomes. I don't have a problem with that, and I think that is in support of equitable and just. The state may come in and say, or the state plan may say, not that it says it in the plan, the state's idea of equitable and just, further on in the plan, John says 24% of the people in Woodstock, or of the households in Woodstock, are
Alice?
Alice's or
Right.
below require
Right.
support.
Sure.
Therefore, 24% of your housing needs to be low income housing.
Mhm.
Well, that may be equitable and just to the state. I'm not sure Woodstock would view that as equitable and just.
And I don't think we say it that explicitly.
No, we don't,
Yeah.
but I think that that's where equitable and just could lead to.
But I don't think it would make a difference if we have it once in the plan.
I
Like,
mean, I
if they're gonna
agree
say that, I
because
think
of
they're
the
gonna
use of
say
this
that.
plan and half the stuff doesn't even get done that's in the plan
Sure.
because.
But this one's gonna be different.
Well, sure, I know, I understand a little bit where Carl is coming from, because quite frankly, a lot of us don't trust the state very much. And so
Particularly after this last session.
I do think that, yes, we do want to expand, I don't know about Carl. I do want to expand and improve Woodstock's housing stock. I want seniors, I want other people to have, lower income people to have other opportunities. Do I want it to be that if 50% of the people in the state of Connecticut are below the income threshold, that they need help because they're below 80% of the median income or whatever it is? I don't think that means Woodstock needs to have 80% or 50%. I don't think that's what that means. But I don't know what's in the mind of the governor and what he thinks is equitable.
Right,
He might think every town in the state should look exactly alike.
but
Well, I
Eric,
don't agree.
I don't agree either, but irregardless. If that's what the governor thinks, that's neither here nor there, you know what I mean? We still have to go through the processes of reaching our goals here.
We have so many mitigating circumstances with our conservation needs that we
I
cannot.
agree, and I
So
do
I
think
think that.
after
an
reading the
exemption-
plan, after reading the whole thing one day this week, I felt really good about. We're really good about bringing forward our water issues, our soil issues, our not having sewer and water and all that other stuff. I really think that that's going to. But I also worry that some of those factors aren't, and I don't know if this is true or not, but some of those factors aren't. You absolutely can't do something here because you're close to a watershed. Or, oh, the soil's not quite right. Whereas it's not like black and white, it's a gray area. And so, yeah, we'll build a 10-unit apartment house or something, I don't know. And then 5 years down the road, we're gonna find out.
I think equitably adjust would say we don't allow that kind of thing, and I think we have gone further in the document to say. We are making strides to allow more of that type of housing, which has been discouraged in the past. And it has been, I've been
Oh,
through,
yeah, we were in the part discouraging it.
yep. So,
This section, in the rest of this paragraph, you reference the other principles, right? Because I can see resilience and sustainability. So the second paragraph here is just, kind of how we're doing that. What if the line the second sentence, this goal, I had it,
Can we just?
addresses the state's principles.
Principles.
Right,
Principles.
can't we just, like, say the things that are in our plan that support those 4 things without further saying this?
Without going back to them?
Yes,
So do you want to eliminate the whole second paragraph and just leave out
not
the first one?
eliminate the second paragraph, because you have to say, our plan includes expanding and improving Woodstock's housing stock. Additional housing leads to more opportunities, maybe we wanna.
I could just change this to say this goal is consistent with the state's guiding principles and leave it at that.
Perfect.
But
How does
we're
that
leaving it in the
change
first.
anything, though?
I know,
It-
it's 20 minutes of,
I know it, but it's the words and the fact that it's not there. I'm very, you've got it there in the first paragraph. And now it's,
moving on to recommendations, because we've spent way too much time on 2 words.
well, it's important to me.
But it doesn't change the document at all.
Well, it just did. I took out some words.
All right,
I ensured they were no longer in there.
Did you guarantee it though?
Based on the what's on screen right now, yes.
Let's discuss the recommendation section.
Well, I just wanted to bring up quickly though, on page 15 and on page 45, you use the same, there's the same graphic and the same description of that graphic. We don't need it in both places. I wanted to point it out.
Which is the graphic, and I may have already messed up
It's
the.
a map and it's,
Is it the inflow outflow?
yeah, it's in two places and I don't
And
think we
page
need places.
45. Ah.
Amy, what's the front of the one look like that we're supposed to be looking at? Cause I think
This is
That's
the
fine.
draft.
is it the one that says April? I'll make sure okay, cause when I went through it, it had more words, so maybe it's changed a little since.
Cause I just looked through it and it's only in there twice.
Right.
Okay.
It's only in there twice.
Well, my word search must have,
And I looked at this, your specific references.
Yeah.
and I-
okay.
So I don't know what just them, I think maybe this is something that might fit more on page 45 than 15. You know,
Okay.
it's just an
Do I?
introduction.
Yeah. Let me see if I how much I describe it in 15. Yeah. I mean that's fine. I can. It's the hometown, and then within.
We can just put in another generic graphic in there to make our point if we have to about
Yeah.
jobs, how they.
Like. I get yeah. All right.
And John, when you're finished typing.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ron, you're
Oh,
done.
I sent you,
I saw the email come in. Thank you.
that's okay, that's what I wanted to ask, if you got it. And if it's not, if my clarifications just muddied things more.
Yeah. Page 2021. Oh yeah. All right. I'll look at these.
There's nothing major there,
Yeah.
just some minor.
And I'll note that I did get a series of typo corrections from Wendy. Those have been incorporated, as well as thank you, Wendy. And I incorporated a paragraph from Marla Butts about soil delineation that she had sent a couple weeks ago. So that's been added.
On page 18, it talks about Porter Pond. That should be Potter Pond.
Oh, I missed that one too. I think we were good.
Potter Pond. Okay. It's not a porter, it's a potter.
It's a Potter, yes.
Okay.
And then when we get into the agricultural soils,
Mm-hmm.
there's one paragraph that's just repeated above and below the map. So
Yes,
Yogi,
I did.
thanks.
Wendy caught that also.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I read this already.
Deja
Yeah.
vu.
Thank you. Oh, you know what, Wendy? The one thing I didn't change, you had noted that I misspelled Bungie in a couple of places. I haven't changed that yet. But
Well, I don't think it's buggy this time of year, but it's fair.
okay. So recommendations, is that where we want to go, Madam Chair?
Please.
Just a comment and start off with this, the headings. Like what says protect, I think those need to stand out better. Whether it's bold or bolder border, or.
Where are you, Bill? Oh, right here,
The box that says protect,
right there.
yeah, because it wasn't until I got to the second one, I realized that it was categorized. So, I think that whole box needs to be
Make it
Yeah.
a shaded color.
amplified
Right.
somehow,
Mhm.
Shade the box.
or a bigger border, or however you want to do it.
How do we do this? That's
It should be under table tools or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shape.
This is fun with
Are we-
formatting. Fun. Oh, there we go. There's the flood. Okay.
There, yeah.
The other two also.
Yep.
All right.
Couple things that I had about this section. I like how everything's organized. I felt like in some places, so the cost estimates were the costs to implement, correct?
Yeah. And yeah, these were, you know, what we would delicately refer to as wild ass guesses.
Okay, cause I felt like some of them were. Well, there were some that I felt like it. It wouldn't be inappropriate to say it was essentially no cost,
I was in the
Right?
same boat.
like,
Yeah.
because.
Well, right. I think regulatory changes and administrative stuff doesn't cost much,
Right,
but
I
you know,
think
there's
you could essentially say, you
there's a
know,
man hour cost to it, but yeah.
sure, yes, so I didn't know, like, you could put zero, you could put, you know, time instead of a
I
dollar.
think one is just low end cost, you know what I mean? It's not a value,
Yeah, I
it's
guess.
from
I just felt like
cheapest to most expensive.
there were, well, but there were a lot in there that only had one. And I just felt like if there was a way to differentiate, like,
No cost.
these are like things that you literally could do without a cost to the town, you know, like, again, there would be a. But like a lot of the things for the committees and stuff,
So what if you put minimal, the word minimal
yeah, just something to
on
sort
the
of
no cost one?
potentially differentiate ones that like
Okay.
literally be essentially cost. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you want to do a different symbol there, or do you like the idea of minimal or administrative?
Minimal, you could do like a zero, like. And
How about a
it's not,
s-
full. It was
Mhm.
something that I was thinking about as I was going through them.
Yeah. How about a euro in honor of Carl?
A what?
Euro.
Euro?
European dollar.
Yeah, I know. It's-
Something for the world, something to reflect the world government that we're going to be joining.
Oh, okay. Well, I've lived in Europe, you know, 6 years, so I'm pretty familiar with this.
And there were a couple that I was wondering, I was questioning the number of dollar signs.
Oh, okay.
Critical that we go through them, but
To go through them in order to see.
And you know, and this is literally, yeah.
Flag, so it doesn't really
They
matter.
could all be
Well-
question marks after.
It's a cost estimate. It says right there.
yeah,
It's
no,
approximate, it's meant to be approximate order of magnitude.
Sure.
Ah.
Yes, it's. So like, ensure the road maintenance focuses on proper drainage and avoids flooding, ponding and icing of town roads. That one had $2 signs, but then the one about getting all the committees together to celebrate also had $2 signs. And I don't know if that was a mistake.
Oh, really?
I was like, that seems.
Well, I figured that would be kind of a bit of a,
And lobster, didn't you know?
I was thinking open bar.
Oh, the other thing was with some of the ones that were around tax abatements and stuff.
Yeah, well, I did have some comments about who's responsible for some of it.
Oh, yes, that was another.
Can we go like
Yes, so let's look at.
page 81?
Yeah,
Sure.
Page 80.
Are there
Yeah,
any-
page 80.
well, he's on 81.
Well,
Are there
this is
anything-
because I added some stuff, so everything's shifted down, but anyway.
Are there any things on the first page of
No.
the implementation table that you guys feel is off, askew, comment?
No.
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Excellent. Second page.
No,
Nothing on the second page.
No.
Right along.
Love this. Third page.
no,
Okay.
There's something, one of them, I don't remember where, but talks about the value of farmland, and I don't know if that's
That was-
intended to be putting a higher value on it or lower value or relative to taxes or whatever. I don't remember where it was.
the first thing I had was on my page 84. I don't know if it's
Okay.
yours.
That's probably
The
my
second
85. Yeah. go
Share the
ahead.
road maintenance focus.
Yep. So that was 2.
I don't know, knowing what I know, I feel like the road maintenance stuff is expensive.
So you want four down?
Huh?
But it's not, we have a budget that it is. This is above the regular road budget to ensure, like, you know what I mean? So.
Oh, yeah, no, I still think it would be,
Yeah, it might be. It's probably over 100. Yeah, that's probably right.
Okay.
okay,
Anything else on that page?
nope.
And it can be comments about them too,
Um,
questions that you might have.
on the next one, it was the maintain PA 490 tax reduction program.
Yeah, yep,
I think it was just the word, so we're just saying keep what we've got.
yes.
Okay, so then that's fine.
I thought there was a proposal.
There is a, like later, there is a different one that says we would adjust the acreage. But this one just said maintain the.
So
PA 490.
keep
And
it.
this is for
So-
this is for large forest blocks. The other one is about open space, increasing the minimum acreage for open space.
Yes, that's what I
All right,
thought.
okay,
Okay.
yep.
Page are we on
Um,
now? I was like,
All right, on the next one,
what page are we on,
Okay.
John?
I think you're 85.
yeah, I don't have anything on 85, I do on 86.
Wendy has something on 86.
All right, what is it, Wendy?
Something about provide annual funds into property acquisition account for open space.
Yes.
I'm not sure that's really Board of Finance that would take the lead on that.
Okay. What do you think?
It's I will let Ed, as the person who's been
Score select.
bird dogging that, as Ed Higgins used to call it, since 2004. It's Board of Selectmen and Board of
Right,
Finance.
I mean, the Board of
We
Selectmen
put together.
you
Our
put
committee
together,
puts together,
right,
yeah.
and the Board of Selectmen then sends, and then
Yes.
they present it to the
And,
Board of
right.
Finance. And we do not, I mean, we can make.
Yes,
line
that
item
works
suggestions,
perfectly. So
yeah.
he switched selectmen and finance.
Great.
So selectmen's primary and finance
Yeah,
is his
okay.
secondary approval.
I'm gonna go back to page 84. You have, the last one is maintain and restore vegetated buffer in the riparian areas of streams. That's, Conservation Commission doesn't have the budget to do that, but we would try to be encouraging private property owners. Could we clarify that?
Sure.
We're not gonna go in and start planting things,
Well-
that-
But
So-
it's still under your purview.
Yeah, who would be the primary actor in moving this forward?
I would rather say encourage maintenance or restoration of vegetated buffers. I
Oh.
don't want to say we're going to do the
There you go.
work.
That makes sense.
So leave it
Okay.
conservation commission, but do encourage maintenance
Okay,
and restoration.
I can't spell maintenance.
Oh, I see the word ensure.
I can't spell maintenance, you know that.
Yes, that all significant development,
Yes,
Okay.
but I think. it should
encourage,
stay
that
there.
works, yes.
All
But it
right, so I
stays-
need to, so each of these, if I change it in one place, I also have to put it
Yes.
in
Pre-
both. So,
Previously.
so let
Make
me
it
find, let me find, riparian. There we go.
There we go.
All right.
Thank you.
And, font size. All right, you guys get to see how the magic is made.
Amazing.
All right, so, all right, I'm on my 85, you're 84-ish.
Oh, we already did the selectmen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll note, Wendy, that I did change all of the Council on Aging to Commission on Aging, because I looked at the website and it says commission.
Yeah, okay.
What's I'm sorry, what's the $1 sign again?
Up to 10,000.
I don't actually know, on page 91. I mean, again, it's semantics, but like the first one, the raise via ordinance, the tax exempt limit,
Is that one that's gonna happen on May 19th? Won't be here.
yes.
Raise, wait a second. Where are you?
My page 91. The.
Oh, there we
first-
go. Yeah, okay, yep.
I don't actually know how much, so again. My read on that is that it's referring to actually doing it And so in my opinion, the cost would be associated with what you're losing in
Revenue.
tax revenue.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, I think that's right.
so
So you probably are
be
talking,
more dollar sign, but
Yeah.
again, it's.
Yeah, that's interesting to look at how much it costs to actually do it and how much
Well, and
impact
with,
is.
with
are
a
two
lot of the
different things.
tax ones, I was
Yeah.
like, are we talking about how much are we? You know, like, cause yeah, to do a lot of those things, it's not gonna cost very much to implement it, but then once you do implement it, you're losing.
Yeah.
There's a cost associated with having
A
it.
lot of those big equipment they use now are $250,000 to buy, if you bought a new,
Oh, some of them are like millions of dollars
Yeah.
to buy new, yeah.
well, just the tractors I'm talking about. So,
John, on page 86, the last one. It says provide municipal resources to easement enforcement and stewardship of active land holdings.
Mhm.
And the Conservation Commission is the lead on that. And we struggle with that. I think we were looking for some help to maybe hire someone to come in and mark some
Mhm.
easement boundaries or do that.
But the way I read that, you're just the driver. You don't have to be the actual person in the field. So you get to help, you get to hire somebody.
Yeah. So, and
Okay.
yeah, that's why it indicated town staff and also that it was a little bit more expensive, like that's between $10,000 and $100,000. So that could be a consultant or staff or somebody to do this work.
Should the word be for instead of to? Provide
For easement,
resources
oh yeah, no,
for-
that makes sense. Sure. Okay.
Okay. Well, should we just jump back to 86? But
So then, if you're putting more dollars on the lost revenue, are you gonna put minus dollars for the increased revenue for the PA 490 change? 2 acres to 10?
So. When I was reading through them, I was struggling a little bit with the dollar signs for some of the tax related things.
Right,
Just because
because of that question.
depending on how you're reading the statement.
Right.
Right, costs
Right.
nothing to implement.
Right.
Except there's a big financial
But they're,
impact.
right,
But if you do any changes to the PA 490 program, we'll have to go to public hearing and then be notified and noticed in.
Oh,
paper.
yeah.
So there's
No,
no
but I'm-
cost to it.
yes, there's 100%, like, yeah, even like little things like that, there is a certain amount of cost associated with it, but I guess the question becomes, when we make those. When we're talking about those particular statements, are we talking about the cost associated with implementing?
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. I just muted you guys accidentally. I meant to mute myself. So can someone get up and unmute on the laptop? Sorry about that. I was gonna blow my nose and try to be polite, but I screwed it up. Thank you.
welcome.
I think when I first started reading
Now
through
it's
the,
muted. Oh, that's.
He's trying to blow his nose.
when I first started reading through the recommendations, I was reading them all as the cost to do it.
Right.
But
That's what I read them all as too.
when I got to the tax ones, I was like, oh, well, yeah, the cost to do this would be relatively minimal. But then long-term,
The impact,
there's an impact on
revenue,
revenue,
right?
which results in a much larger cost associated with
Mhm.
actually implementing.
And I understand
Does that
what
make
you're
sense?
saying, and I agree with what you're saying, but I'm thinking that if you go down that rabbit hole, then you need to figure cost of services, no
Oh, yeah.
savings for
No, I
additionally
agree.
protecting lands.
Yes.
That we've reduced our
right, because if we
potential
went from
costs
like
of-
2 acres to 10 acres.
No, I'm thinking just saving anybody's farm in town is gonna be a cost of service savings because it can never be.
Sure.
So are we gonna go down that rabbit hole and chase what future
Yeah.
expenses would have been if we put in a factory or a strip mall or 40 houses?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I'm not necessarily arguing one way or the other, I basically just wanted to say out loud, like, I think with a lot of these things, the dollar amount associated with it is relatively straightforward. But I think in terms of some of these things where there's either, you know, like a cost saving
Right.
or a cost associated with it long term, it just, and maybe we just need to sort of redefine things at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because we're seeing costs to
Yeah.
implement, which,
Yeah, somehow we have to
you
figure
know what I
out
mean?
that
I do.
difference.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a placeholder in here where, I don't know if you can read it in red, but yeah. And
Sorry, I know that that was not particularly
No, Erudite.
helpful, but it just, I started thinking about it as I was going through them.
But it matters, you know, what I mean? Because people
Yeah.
are gonna read either way, or, you know, someone's gonna argue, or,
I
yeah,
mean, there's something in there
there's two different things.
about increasing the, tax exemption for farm equipment.
Right,
That's gonna cost the town,
something.
but it's
long
gonna
term.
save those farms.
Oh, absolutely.
Potentially, I mean.
Well, and
Yeah.
I mean, you could just at the beginning say like, you know, this is about implementation. It doesn't take into account any
Yeah, that might be the
long-term changes.
well, so would you
And it-
prefer that clarification rather than trying to do?
Yes, I think
Okay.
that,
I think that would work.
I
Okay.
think that clarification might work better
I think
because
that
then
works
you
too.
don't.
Cause then you're setting up how to read the
Right, how to
chart,
read the
and we're
chart.
taking out all of these questions, and you're saying this is the implementation cost upfront, so, you know, there are other,
In some
impacts
cases,
later.
there may be
yes.
additional costs or less costs associated
Right.
with.
So that solves
Yeah.
a lot of those problems,
Yes.
right? Yes.
You look like you're really thinking about it.
See, talking it through gets us places.
Positive places.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
All right, something like this. So the cost of implementation does not attempt to calculate long-term net revenue increase or loss from tax changes or property value appreciation, for example.
I
I
like,
like that, John.
thank you.
Yeah. And now I need to go back and change that tax one. I just,
Sorry.
I just have to find it. It's no big deal.
It was, hold on.
It was in the 90s somewhere.
It's on page 90. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. Hold on.
There it is.
You found
At
it?
91. Okay.
Excellent, thank you. On page 94.
Oh, wait, can we go to
Oh,
92?
yeah, go ahead.
And 92, I really just want to make a comment, I think, on the last one. Well, I said 92. Oh, yeah, next to the last one, where you're promoting the current accessory, right?
Mhm.
You thing. In the Commission on Aging, we are in the process of developing our plan. And it's an action step in our plan to also promote the current regulations allowing ADUs. And
Mhm.
we were to partner with planning and zoning to do something. We were originally talking about doing an ADU tour. And then we decided, well, rather than having some bus driving around Woodstock to everybody's ADUs, we were going to do it with videos of people's
Oh, that's a good
ADUs.
idea.
Because we know enough people who have
Yeah.
ADUs and we could do videos. So
Cool.
it's in our plan as well.
All right, excellent. Do you want to take the lead?
Sure.
Wow.
Hot day.
All right.
You just reduced the cost.
Yeah, it did. I said,
Cool.
anybody else have anything before 94? Or line 94? It's towards the bottom where we're doing the Board of Education stuff.
Yeah.
So all those ones where Board of Ed is the primary.
Yeah.
I think I would make the argument for probably all of them that Board of Selectmen should not be included.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think Woodstock Academy should be included.
Which item are you on? I'm sorry.
So at the bottom of page 94 and the top of page 95, there are several items that would be earmarked or spearheaded by the Board of Ed.
So do you really want to remove the academy from just budget discussion talks? I don't know, like,
Know that we have a whole lot of.
I know, but
spending and
taking them out
funding
makes that even worse, like.
in their resources.
You could leave,
their enhancement
so if you
program.
wanna leave Woodstock Academy in there, that's fine. I
Mhm.
definitely think the Board of Selectmen should be
Okay.
removed.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
we,
That's fair.
Because you have no oversight over.
No.
We don't trust those bastards. I understand.
they're the worst.
So right on there, it says work actively on the district's strategic plan. When I first read that, it's not clear that that's talking about the school district. Or the education.
Well, we don't refer to anything in the town as a district, only thing that
Historic
refers, oh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pulled from the education section, but I could, that's fine. We could,
school district,
Just say
just put school in there.
Yeah.
On the school district strategic.
And the other thing, a little bit farther up, in some of those you say inland wetlands and some, you wanna fix that first?
let me go to the next reference. So on
That's such as under.
the.
Oh.
Okay,
oh,
yep. Okay, go ahead.
So in some places, like a few blocks up, you say inland wetlands.
Well, I think
In other places, you have IWWA. So,
Oh,
development,
yeah.
think that it's
I
part of
mean,
it.
I'd probably
What would you
prefer
prefer?
the inland wetlands rather than the IWWA.
Okay.
Like,
It's more descriptive. A lot of people probably don't know what IWWA is.
It took me a long time to learn what was an A or a B or a C, like the town ABCs. And then there's authorities and there's agencies and.
oh, and sorry,
Should I? Okay. So Bill, you would prefer?
At least in the goals, the recommendations part.
Okay.
um,
All right. I'll
Just
need.
in like that category? Or even
Just,
in the-
you just, I think you just prefer, you prefer using inland wetlands instead of
Yeah.
IWW. Okay. Okay, that I can do.
At least in the recommendations.
John, on page 92,
Yeah.
review existing unrestricted municipally owned land for housing development potential. Can you add Concom to the secondary list?
Yes.
Please, thank you.
Thank you for volunteering.
what figure we on?
That was my.
Well, that was,
Okay. Back on 95, the second to last, so it's the second recommendation on that page. It's create a program to bridge the gap between early
Yes.
childhood. There's $4 signs there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Either my key got stuck or I was thinking about the education being,
It's like the last thing it's gonna be a really good program.
it just struck me that, creating a whole chunk of an education program, would be more than, more than 100 grand. Yeah.
Expensive, but.
Yeah. Okay,
is
I don't
there
know.
there's pre-K now, right?
I'll pull it back.
There is, but it's lottery.
Well, there's those that are in Head Start, whatever, right? Those that need early intervention in the lotteries for some.
Yeah, there's, and it's, yes, so there are certain, there are certain kids that get an automatic spot.
Right,
And then there's a lottery for the remaining seats.
right.
But I think it's a pretty limited pre-K program to begin with. So I don't think there's. Maybe it's 2 classes right now.
Oh, is it two? I thought it was only.
Used to be only one.
I think it's now
Oh, is it two?
2, but maybe I'm wrong.
Mrs. Supernut's retiring. She's been pre-K forever.
She couldn't get promoted.
Oh,
Go ahead.
That same page that we're just on,
That was 90, yeah, okay. Yeah, right here.
work actively with state, Connecticut and NECOG
NECOG.
to understand the extent of project climate change.
Oh, yeah, huh,
Then
oh, yeah.
huh. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Okay.
I never pretended to be.
Oh, maybe projected, maybe that's projected. Should be projected climate change effects. Yeah,
You're like, yeah, well, it's good. Yes, looks great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
where was that? That was 90 something.
work, let's say, what's that? Work actively with state of Connecticut, page 95.
Okay. Actually,
Okay.
yeah, projected. Thank you.
On 96, you have consider participation in the Sustainable CT program.
Yes.
We actually already have a few people in town and we have done some stuff with it. It's just, there's no one that does it consistently. So we already are active. We just need to like,
Get me to report all the shit I've done.
we need to like better participate. And it's not a consider participate. We need to actively participate
Alright.
in sustainable.
Yeah, maybe improve.
Yes,
Or-
or something, and yes,
Yeah.
yes, thank you. I just don't, we do, I have a log on, Jean has a log on, there's a few of us, and we just never get to actually.
It doesn't tend to be a priority for some reason.
Wait, do you
But
prefer
there are
increase or improve? Would you prefer?
Do you like increase or improve?
Well,
I don't like either of
It'd
those
still be
words.
crappy.
Let me think,
Yeah.
improve.
I like improve,
improve is.
Okay.
yeah,
Better, not more.
Yes,
well, there isn't any.
more.
But more, yeah.
Improve could be both.
Okay.
Strengthen
Strengthen. There you go.
in participation.
All right. I lost where that was, but okay. Improve. Oh, improve. Yeah,
96.
improve participation. Okay, yeah, good. Okay.
I have a question about 97 and I could go either way. The one, continue support of library association
Mhm.
provision of public programming for.
Yep.
So technically, the library board that runs Bracken is totally separate from the Woodstock Academy. There's, I think, an argument to be made that we should include Woodstock Academy in the conversation to try to get them to
Mhm.
not be turds, but yeah.
So,
Are you asking our opinion, whether Woodstock Academy should be in there?
Yes.
I think that they should be included there because if they are turds, we don't have a town library anymore.
That was sort of where I was going with that, but I just wanted other people's opinions, because
They have a
technically
stake in
they're
it.
not.
I think that is like a stakeholder box and they have a stake in it.
Well, they
That's how I-
should have a stake in it, whether or not they feel that they have a stake in it is.
If they lock the doors on us, we're gonna know how much of a stake they have.
I mean, if they continue to love.
Yes, right. Okay, no, that's fine. That was sort of where I was leaning, but I just wanted to ask other people's opinions. Oh, and at the bottom of that page too, well, and I guess this goes back to our whole implementation thing. Evaluate
I'm
the
sorry,
options
Kate,
for
where are you?
expansion. Sorry, at the bottom of that page.
Yeah, increase, expand, yeah.
Evaluate the options for expansion, creation of a recreation facility.
Mhm.
Um. I think, sorry, I think I had originally flagged it because I was thinking like, well, if we did have a recreation facility, it would be very expensive. But if we're just evaluating,
Mhm.
then it's,
Yeah, we're not building.
right, we're not building.
Yes.
Yes, okay, so never mind, just leave it,
No
ignore me.
indoor hockey rink, no pool.
I still say Teutons, turn that hangar into indoor basketball courts, turn the house into a rec center, and we are golden.
Oh, yeah, and there's the, see, we're gonna have a really good party.
Where are we, what page are we having? Oh, 90, I do have comments on 90. Oh, yeah, look at that.
We're
Where
gonna have
are
a
you?
really
Big
party.
party. No, I think we need to add more dollar signs. Come on, we need to go somewhere warm in the winter.
On page 99,
Uh-huh,
the third one down, convene annual celebration for volunteers who keep Woodstock running, Woodstock events running.
so we're taking out the open bar,
$2 signs.
all right.
And then for the next two, I would say those are not Board of Finance.
Maintain financial support, what would you say?
I would say those are. Board of
Bird
Selectmen.
Selectmen.
Or
Yeah, you
second?
swap them, because the selectman makes the choices and the board of finance approves the whole thing, so they would be supporting, the board of selectmen be
Yes.
providing the support.
I would agree with that.
Same thing for the constable.
Yep.
Yep.
And same where, I'm sorry, Don, what was that last one?
Same thing for the
You
constable.
did the, yep, you already did it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, I'm done talking.
Should it be the Northeast Chamber of Commerce,
Where are you?
where you have Chamber of Commerce, or do we have our own Chamber of Commerce?
Chamber of Commerce, well, there are a couple of overlapping, there's a Chamber of Commerce of Eastern Connecticut that's
Northeast.
based in Norwich, but in theory, it covers the whole corridor.
Burgers.
Yeah, you could do chambers,
Chambers,
yeah.
okay. I'll have to find out where else I have that. Chambers. Okay, good.
Yep.
So on that, I think we're still on 99. Keep the town website up to date and correct with errors. Like, I'm fine with that being cheap, but is there an upgrade the town website
yes.
recommendation in here? Because that actually, it's at end of life and that's something that does have to happen. So I would
Mhm.
like in this plan somewhere for it to say, you know,
It needs to happen.
evaluate and upgrade or evaluate the website to, you know, make the best upgrade choice or whatever, something.
Evaluate potential upgrade
Got
options.
on
Yeah.
phone system, so we don't have to remember 18 phone numbers to call.
Yeah, that'd be
So-
great.
Let me add. All right, so we're gonna slot one in here about like plan for new website.
So, yeah, the website that we have cannot be upgraded again. The platform has to go to a new platform, so we have to do a transition, I think,
Okay,
2026, if not 2027, and that's a big process, so we need to make sure that we're making the right choices now so that we're not stuck with crappy website again for the next 10 years in that platform.
okay. So let me
Yes.
flag this as one to add a recommendation on.
Yes, please.
Or hello, plan for transition to new website, there you go. Plan for, yeah, I like the word transition in there.
But I would also I feel like there should be some evaluating done.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we need to evaluate our
That
options,
could be part of the plan.
evaluate and plan.
Love it.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. This is fine grained stuff. I'm taking that as broadly as a good sign.
I'm glad. Ugh. I don't have anything else.
No, it's page 99 there, for more pages, are there?
All right. So,
Do I have any more minor things,
no
John?
final comments, minor.
I could just send them to you directly. Like, you
Okay.
don't have to credit me for making the trails map, that, you put my name in it, and that's not necessary.
But it was kind, but he did.
Don Guzkowski, did you find the document I left you from the highway
Yeah,
department? It's
the
super helpful.
yeah, the road maintenance assessment.
Yes.
Yeah,
Did you make any changes or additions from that or no?
it didn't really. I sort of read through, and you know, I think I could probably make. And let me stop share for a second.
Because I believe there was a recommendation to have an assessment done, and that
Yeah.
is relatively new assessment. So do you have to take out that
So-
recommendation? You wanted to change,
Oh, did we-
refer to
Okay,
the-
all right. Yeah, let's see.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so maybe we need to change that.
That's why I brought that to your
Assess.
attention, because I saw a
Yeah.
recommendation that said have a assessment done it, and it was just done.
Let's see.
I'm not sure where that one is.
Tax assessment.
Saying as it's only 7:05 and we're not getting kicked out, can I ask a couple of questions? So in the document, I don't know, page 40 something on
Okay.
it. There's a comment that Woodstock is a bedroom community.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with it,
Oh,
but I don't think it's a bad thing.
I do.
I do. I so do.
To me,
Well,
Okay.
if it's-
to me, a bedroom community is a place where people only sleep. They
yeah,
have no community involvement. They have no sense of the history of their community.
Sure.
It's just like a whole bunch of.
But you don't take it out because we are, like, it's a reality. We have to.
But we could just say residential.
I took it in the context that we send more people out to work than we bring in.
We absolutely do.
Is that
We do.
which we do,
John does define that in the.
Exactly.
Right,
and
which is
for
why I
me,
didn't bring it up.
that's desirable.
It's
I-
desirable that people who drive out of town.
I would rather live in a town that is,
Where there's not a lot of places for people to work because it's
it's
rural.
quiet, it's rural, I mean, that's part of the rural character. So
Well,
I'm
I
trying
guess
to,
I spent what I call my year of exile when I was 15 years old, living in Oxon Hill, Maryland, which is a suburb of Washington, DC. And that was, to me, a bedroom community. It was soulless. There was, unless you worked in one of the shopping malls, there was nothing there to do. Everybody drove into the district to work. Or worked at home, and that meant being a housewife back in the 1960s. And there was no sense of community there. It was,
And that's what we fight with constantly, volunteers and
Right.
education and all of these things we're
Right.
trying to bolster our,
Woodstock
right?
still has a strong sense of
right, no,
community.
right, and so I'm not arguing about the term itself. I'm more like, I couldn't tell from the way it was worded, are we trying to say we need to bring in a lot more business so that?
I hope not.
No, I don't think that's what we're saying there. It's just this is
Okay,
a description of what is in this section, not what should be.
Okay, and then the only other thing I wanted to point out was you have a chart that shows that when you compare us to the state, we have a older population on average. We have a higher median age. And whatever, certainly up to age 70 or whatever. After that, we have a lower, like, so the older elderly. We're lower than the old people, the old people. And in our work in the Commission on Aging, we attribute that to lack of proper housing for them. Lack of transportation options if they can no longer drive. And
We don't have a nursing home.
potentially lack of family nearby because maybe their family can't afford to live here and therefore they want to be closer to their family. You talk about the lack of transportation, you don't have any, there's no action steps in your plan. That's perfectly fine. We have action steps in our Commission on Aging plan. I just wanted to call that out,
Mhm.
that we do drop off when it gets to the really elderly.
Yeah, 80
because-
and 80 and over, we're half of the
Yes.
state's percentage.
Yes. So either we die because, I don't know what, we die faster, which I don't think is the case. I think we're forced to move out for the reasons of housing, transportation, and to be with family that can't live here.
I don't know if there's
Okay.
someone that can't live here, but.
Or
you
doesn't
move
want to,
someplace
or-
else and you
yeah.
want someone to help take care of you.
Yes,
So you move to where they are.
correct.
Cause I know, I watched my parents go through that and my mom's friends, one by one, moved to where their children relocated
Right.
to.
All right. So Wendy, just maybe just a line or two about that elder, like the 80 plus population. Something.
Maybe, it doesn't matter, we have it in our plan and we're gonna do something, we're gonna try something on transportation to see. What
So
we
could
can
you put
do.
in there, like, you know, these topics are further discussed in the currently developing plan
Mhm.
on, you know, plan the Commission on
Right.
Aging, like reference that there is one that also discusses these things?
I
That
think
way
that's
we-
relevant. I mean, because we
Right.
mentioned the natural healthy watershed plan, we mentioned.
I think
river
mentioning their
plan, you know,
plan in
the fact
here
that this-
officially
So
would be.
Wendy,
fantastic.
what are we calling it?
It'll be that's a good
It's in the
question.
minutes.
Make something up, yeah, this is your opportunity to coin it.
I'm gonna die. The Commission on Aging 5-year plan, but I'm.
No,
sure-
it's in the minutes as a name.
I'm sure there is. Amy's gonna look that up for me,
Yeah.
because she could do it faster than I could.
Sorry, can I go back to the comment about the bedroom community thing? Cause I
Yeah, that's
it was interesting.
Clicking on me too.
Well, so it was
So-
interesting to me because I'm just gonna ramble for a minute. It was interesting to me because I think in the correct me if I'm wrong, but in the context that it was used in that particular section, it was specific to the fact that there are a lot of like less people who live in the town work in the town than don't work in the town, right?
So I say
So
it's,
it was specific to the workforce.
It was specific to employment.
Right. But I think that there is a lot of baggage associated with that term generally, which is what Dawn was getting at in
Right.
terms of other
Right.
places. So I think in terms of the workforce, we are a bedroom community, but with regards to other aspects of how someone may define a bedroom community, we are not.
So the question I have is, where are we a bedroom community to? I mean, I lived in Fairfax County for 27 years, so I'm pretty familiar with this concept.
Providence, Hartford, Worcester.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, but I mean, and all those are, most of them are at least an hour away, unless Worcester's, not quite as far away, but, so I'm just
But I
curious.
think
where-
like in
Right.
general, there are.
I'm not disputing, I'm
Yeah.
just curious,
I mean, I think that a lot of the big cities, but even, like New London,
Yeah.
Norwich, right, like even sort of surround Killingly,
But
like.
here we go, if you look at like the development or for the last, my lifetime, 45 years, okay, right? So when I was a kid, there were little ranch houses and families and like someone stayed home and there was the community that Don's talking about and there was, teenagers wanted to be on the fire department, and there was rivalry and there was this and there was that, and it was actually a community. Now our homes being built are, or the people coming in the last 10 or 15 years are building large homes. They're have, $100,000 salaries, working in Boston, at least one family, right? And they're taking their kids to AAU sports instead of local sports. So I think that's the term of bedroom community for the locals. It's that not that people coming into town is bad, but they're not connecting with the town, or they spend most of their time outside of the town, more so than the people did in past years.
Right,
So they're going out, a lot to Boston, a lot to all different places. It's not like there's one community that they all go to, but if you look at how many people are now working at home, even though they're not leaving, they're still, not spending their time and their focus and their energy and their thoughts and their interactions in town. It's on a screen. It would be the same as going to an office somewhere else. That's the trend.
yes.
Which makes it more and more likely
There's
to
a lot of-
become a bedroom community. in the future.
So-
Right.
But I realized I was referencing this without having shared the screen. So what I did, and this is a minor change, but I think it's significant, is I put the phrase bedroom community in quotes,
Yeah,
which is then defined as sending the majority of its workforce out of town.
Which is true.
Yes.
Absolutely.
which is
So-
why I didn't object to it.
Right.
Right, okay.
As-
I don't think we're objecting. I think we're just having this discussion, and if
Yeah.
we as a group don't understand, it opens up a lot to the future and the general public.
Yeah, and I was just trying to clarify that we weren't trying to imply we didn't want to be that
place
kind, a
where
place where,
People could-
where we had as much employment as we needed to keep everybody in town
I see
to
what you're
work,
saying.
right? That's what I was trying to make sure, that we weren't saying it was a bad thing.
Because a lot of
to be
people
sending
move
it
here
back.
because it's
Exactly,
rural,
it's
and
rural,
because they
yes.
like the,
Because we now have high-speed internet.
well, yes.
Yes. Well,
Uh,
Well, I know, but.
But I think we don't wanna discourage that, but we also wanna encourage people who move in here for that reason to become involved in
Yes.
the community.
Yes.
Find stupid idiots.
But it's always been, I mean, it struck me, we've lived here for 45 years, so I've been here your whole life. But I drove to Sturbridge or to
Right.
Hartford.
Oh, yeah, most people go out, but
My next door neighbor drove to Boston.
Right.
His wife drove to Providence.
yeah, it's always been that
Yeah.
way. But it seems like people spent more, they invested more
But
in the
right,
past than they do
came
now.
home. We came home and worked on the Historic District Commission or the Library Committee or the Board of Finance, or the church stuff.
And you probably mowed your own lawn, right? It's a
We did
different,
mow our own
now
lawn,
people work 100 hours
Yeah.
in Boston to pay people to watch their kids, mow their lawn, take care of their
Yeah.
parents, clean their house. It's
Yeah.
just this weird thing.
Well,
Anyway.
that come clean my house thing is sounding better every day.
Sort of a little bit tangent to that, we discussed one time about the, volunteerism in town. You made or somebody made a comment in there and asked you about that. It'd be nice to have some highlight, I think, that this takes a continuous regeneration of new volunteers.
Yeah,
well, and it's certainly not.
Yeah, we got a lot of
limited to
volunteers, but
Oh, yeah.
we continually need to have,
New
New
input, yeah,
supply.
absolutely,
blood.
fresh blood.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly where that was, but.
All right. So any other final comments, thoughts?
Yeah, okay, well, that's the section.
right here.
It could be a comment, yeah. We've dealt with that a lot, but it, we could
Yeah,
really.
saying we
use-
need, it's a
a
continual
continuous supply.
process and we need,
Yeah.
younger volunteers of all ages and backgrounds.
All right,
I mean, especially the fire departments are.
Volunteer firefighters, you're gonna be paying them.
Yep, you are. People really.
Yeah, but that's so tough because the regulations now make it so hard to volunteer too. It's like,
Yeah, we're
actually,
gonna-
it's,
Killingly trying to have the fire chief,
oh, that
Hey,
mass exodus. Ooh.
$15,000 they wanna pay basically for a volunteer, but he's gonna have 30 hours continuing ed.
Yeah.
In a year,
Yeah,
Every year?
every year.
that's the fire department that lost like a dozen people this
John,
week,
maybe we
right?
should call them good for nothing volunteers, kind of tongue in cheek thing I always say.
So it's good, I like that.
All right. Going once, going twice, final comments, so we get to move on to the fun stuff.
This wasn't fun?
It is fun. Stacy, do you have any comments? You good?
Well,
It's not at this time.
Excellent. So there's still time, right, to make comments because we are going to pass this on,
Yes.
but the Planning and Zoning Commission has to review, have their chat, set a public hearing, so this is not done if you have something important that you find that we forgot.
Yeah.
Until after the public hearing. So our next steps, I'm assuming, John, are to say, here you go, planning and zoning, enjoy
Yep.
your read, take it from here.
Do we need to vote on that? That like we're passing it on?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd be happy with a vote, or if by consensus, I mean, Amy, you're the chair, if you believe that.
Would
you-
like to make a motion to pass our draft.
I
on to
will make
planning
a
and zoning.
motion to pass this draft on to planning and zoning.
I will second that.
Okay, and Dawn, I'll make your changes.
Here you go. Thank you, John.
Yeah, no, I'll make the changes that have been, you know, forwarded to me prior to this meeting or at the
Am I-
meeting.
I'll get Amy to make them if you don't. Leave meeting.
All right, that's very exciting.
Wait a minute, you had a motion
Oh,
and a second, so
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
Fantastic.
Yay, thank
Yay.
you.
Wow, congratulations, guys.
Job, Amy.
Very
Keep
good.
pulling this together, cracking that whip.
I could not let it go in the direction it was going, like literally everybody's like, whatever, and no one cared. And it was a lot of work to pull people and say, look, and I'm very pleased with the input and how it turned out. So thank you.
No, thank you for doing that.
So that, the map section, there's maps to the natural resources, is that going to be put in the back as an appendix, or are they gonna stay in the document? And are they in their final format? Cause I just clipped things, told you what my source was, but.
We can, Gene, you and I can work on that. You know, this is obviously not the final layout. I'm open to either. If you want to have a map, you know, sort of a map glossary at the back, or if you just want, you know, a different quality or layout of maps in the middle of the document, I'm very open to
What does
however you
everybody
want to do.
else think with the maps? I mean.
I think leave, you know, because P and Z is gonna fuss over that kind of stuff. They're gonna do their own adjustment. And they're gonna, so we're not sending them a final, let's go to the publisher.
No, but no, I mean, but in terms of graphics,
Balanced input.
I'm sorry, what?
just in terms of graphics, Gene, you know, we can talk about what kind of, I would obviously have to rely on you to point me to sort of the state of the art of what's the best looking map for this stuff. And we can find a way to make it work, but I don't, you know.
Speaking of graphics, are you, do you still need images to throw in when we
Yes.
get to picture stuff? So do you want us to try to come up with images? Do you want me to go out to the
Sure.
public and say we're collecting images of Woodstock for potential use in the plan of conservation development? So we're searching
Yeah.
for, okay.
that would be great, Amy. If you want to put that call out there, we can kind of
I can do
crowdsource
that.
it. Yeah.
Is that something
And
that
if you want, we
Twitter?
can, I could make an open share file where people can just upload photos. So they don't have to, I mean, if you, I don't know if you want to vet them, like you could say, send photos to Amy Monahan, or if you want, you know, upload your photos to this link. It's however you
Yeah,
want
if
to
you
do
have
it.
a link, I can put that link in a post. I'll make a post. I'll put it out to the public and they can click on it and upload. Yes?
That's fine. Sure.
Yes.
There was,
So send me the link and I will create the post.
there was some animal photos that I had sent, but that was before you took over. But I think there's only one that's left in there now, so.
Oh, speaking of animals, I got a woodchuck in the backyard.
There's probably some really great images that people have taken of the eagles that fly over
Yeah.
Roseland Lake. I think that's very emblematic.
Well, didn't, our Woodstock Proud person create a Woodstock photo site as well?
Yeah, well, we'll get some, you know what I mean? At least that way we'll have stuff for you to choose.
Yeah, it's better to have too many. Yeah.
All right, so those are the two next steps. Pass it on. We'll do the images. I do not foresee us having to meet again as a committee.
It may be that you guys get invited to a conversation to play with planning and zoning,
Yes.
however they want to do that. Yeah, but I'll, you and Mr. Morris can deal with that chairman to chairman.
Perfect.
Thank
Are
you,
there
John.
any
John, yeah.
citizen comments? None. Do you have any correspondence for the group? I do not.
I
We don't
do
really-
not.
Correspondence often. Oh,
I
sorry.
did get a telegram from the black helicopter folks, but we'll wait until Carl's out of the room.
I have a question though. Do we know the actual, I think I've asked this before, since we're on an extension, is there an end date for the extension or is it open-ended? You know what I mean? 'Cause it was-
I'd have to see what Chan had sent to the state. I'm not particularly worried about it.
You're not worried about it? Okay.
No.
I think I think the letter said 2 years.
Okay,
So, but that was from what, December?
right. If you're not worried about it, then that's
No.
fine. It's just that last kind of thought I had at
Yeah.
us as a group, but we'll be good.
Have a good night, everyone. I wanted to hear more about the black helicopter though.
I will entertain a motion.
Second. Aye.
Thank you